There's a bitter truth many men need to accept. Just because a woman gives you attention doesn't mean she truly values you. Some women engage with you out of boredom, for validation, or simply because it's convenient, not because they respect or appreciate you. In today's video, we're going to break down the key behaviors women show when they don't actually value the man in front of them. And once you see these signs clearly, your whole perspective on dating and relationships will shift. This channel is about helping men see through the noise and reclaim their power. If you're done being used, played, or disrespected, if you're finally ready to set boundaries and walk with confidence, then you're exactly where you need to be. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about turning against women. It's about recognizing your own worth and refusing to settle for treatment that doesn't match it. When a woman doesn't respect you, it shows in the way she talks to you, the way she shows up, and most of all, the way she values your time and presence. Too many men see the signs but make excuses for them. They keep chasing, thinking that if they're just a little more patient or a little more generous, she'll eventually see their worth. But that's not how it works. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 crystal clear signs that you're not being valued, and why recognizing them is the first step to walking away with your dignity intact. 1. She gives you access, but no respect. One of the biggest traps men fall into is mistaking access for appreciation. Just because she lets you call her, see her, or even sleep with her doesn't mean she sees you as a man she respects. A lot of guys confuse physical presence with emotional significance. But the truth is, she might let you into her world without actually valuing you in it. Respect is the foundation of any real connection. If a woman respects you, she listens when you speak, she acknowledges your time and effort, and she's mindful of how she communicates with you. But when she doesn't, you become more of a convenience than a partner. She might keep you around for laughs, attention, help, or even intimacy. But you'll always feel like something's missing. That's because she sees you as useful, not valuable. What's worse is she knows you're staying because you think your effort will eventually win her over. But it won't. The more you give without boundaries, the more she takes without gratitude. You're not her partner, you're her placeholder, the guy she keeps around until someone she truly admires shows up. If you sense this imbalance, it's not in your head, you're not being respected, and once a woman stops respecting you, nothing else she gives you matters. Not the time, not the attention, not even the affection. Because all of that is empty without real regard for who you are. 2. She keeps you close, but never lets you. There's a type of emotional manipulation that doesn't involve rejection. It's more like a long tease. She doesn't tell you to leave, but she never really lets you get close either. You're always hanging in limbo, not her boyfriend, not her stranger, somewhere in between. And that middle ground is where a lot of men lose themselves. She sends just enough signals to keep your hope alive, a flirty message, a compliment, a favor asked, but the moment you lean in emotionally, she pulls back. It's not confusion on her part, it's control. She knows exactly what she's doing. She sees your emotional investment and uses it to her advantage. Over time, this dynamic chips away at your confidence. You keep asking yourself what you can do to finally earn your place in her life. You go above and beyond, thinking loyalty and consistency will move the needle. But it doesn't, because she never intended to move forward with you in the first place. She likes having you around because you provide emotional support, attention, and availability, all without asking her to give anything real in return. You become the emotional filler between her dates or distractions, and when you finally ask for clarity, she dodges the conversation, accuses you of rushing, or plays the victim. If this is where you are, it's time to wake up. She's not conflicted, she's comfortable. And if you don't walk away, you'll waste your time trying to build something that was never meant to exist. 3. She pushes your boundaries just to watch you bend. There's a quiet form of disrespect that comes disguised as tests. She doesn't say it outright, but she pushes you, your patience, your self-worth, your tolerance, to see how much you'll take. This isn't accidental. She's studying your limits, and every time you fold, she learns she can push further. She might make subtle jabs, play hot and cold with her emotions, or change her expectations out of nowhere. You're left trying to keep up, wondering what you did wrong, trying to fix something that isn't yours to fix. And the more you try to keep her happy, the more she pulls the rug out from under you. Why? Because it gives her power. She feels in control when you sacrifice your standards to stay in her life. Each time you let something slide, whether it's disrespect, passive aggression, or emotional games, she loses a little more respect for you. Not because she's cruel, but because people naturally stop valuing what they can easily manipulate. You weren't made to be tested like this. You weren't built to chase peace while someone else creates chaos. Real masculinity isn't about enduring nonsense. It's about drawing the line. And if she keeps crossing that line, it's not just her being difficult. It's you failing the test of self-respect. You teach people how to treat you. If you don't enforce your standards, no one else will. So if she's testing you instead of respecting you, it's time to walk and take your dignity with you. 4. She listens like your background noise. You ever talk to someone and feel like they're not really there? You're saying something important, but they're staring at their phone, nodding vaguely, giving you robotic uh-huhs. That's what it feels like when a woman no longer values what you say. Your voice becomes background noise. It's a subtle but brutal shift. At first, you chalk it up to distraction or mood, but eventually you realize she remembers nothing you say, dismisses your opinions, or changes the subject when things get real. That's not poor communication. That's indifference. A woman who respects you will listen, not just to respond, but to understand. She'll take your thoughts seriously and engage with them. But when she tunes you out, it's a sign your presence no longer matters to her. You're there, but you're invisible. And here's the trap. Most men try to fix it by talking more, explaining harder, over-communicating to be heard. But it doesn't work, because the issue isn't how you speak. It's that she stopped caring somewhere along the way. When your words start feeling like background noise, it means your position in her life is fading. You're no longer a priority. You're just part of her routine. And if you don't recognize this pattern and leave, you'll stay stuck in a dynamic where you give your all to someone who doesn't even bother to listen. 5. She wants the perks, but not the partnership. One of the most disrespectful dynamics is when a woman wants boyfriend benefits without being your girlfriend. She wants your attention, your time, your effort, even your loyalty, but she avoids commitment like it's a trap. She'll say, "Let's not label this," or "I'm just enjoying the moment," while expecting you to act like a committed partner. You'll fix her problems, listen to her struggles, spend money on her, and stay emotionally available, while she talks to other guys or keeps you at arm's length. And what makes it worse is you think you're building towards something real. It feels like progress. She's letting you in, sharing things, depending on you. But she's not building a relationship. She's milking the benefits. Why would she commit when she already gets everything she wants from you without having to be yours? Once she sees you'll give without requiring clarity or boundaries, she has no reason to invest further. This dynamic eats away at your confidence. You begin to question your standards, accept vagueness, and tell yourself this is just how dating works now. But deep down, it's draining you. The truth? A woman who truly values you won't be scared to commit. She won't ask for loyalty while keeping her options open. She'll want to define things because she knows you're worth building something real with. If she wants the perks without the partnership, she's not into you. She's using you, and it's time to stop negotiating with someone who never had serious intentions. 6. She praises everyone except you. There's a form of disrespect that doesn't come from criticism, but from consistent silence. When a woman makes a habit of complimenting everyone else, her co-workers, her friends, random men on Instagram, but never acknowledges you, it says everything. You show up, you make sacrifices, you support her, but somehow none of that gets noticed. Meanwhile, she's gushing about other people's achievements, looks, or confidence, and that contrast slowly chips away at your self-esteem. It's not about being needy. Every man deserves to feel seen and appreciated by the woman he's giving his energy to. A woman who values you will uplift you. She'll show pride in who you are and what you do, and she'll make sure you know she sees your effort. But when that praise never comes, when your wins go unnoticed and your presence goes unappreciated, it's a sign she doesn't see you as someone worth celebrating. You've become her default, familiar, reliable, but not special. This kind of neglect builds resentment. You start feeling like you're never enough, like nothing you do earns recognition. That's not love, that's quiet contempt. If she praises others but never acknowledges you, understand this. It's not because she's not expressive, it's because she doesn't place you where you should be in her life. And if she can't celebrate you, she doesn't deserve you. You weren't meant to live in the shadows of someone else's approval. As a man, your presence should be respected, your boundaries honored, and your value acknowledged. If any of these signs are showing up in your relationship, it's not your job to fix it. It's your job to recognize your worth and walk away. Real respect doesn't have to be earned through overgiving. It's either there or it's not. And the moment you stop settling is the moment you reclaim your power. Thanks for watching, and remember, your energy is valuable. Start treating it that way.